last evening, the jury came back with all guilty on all three counts for third-degree murder, second-degree murder, and manslaughter, which was a complete surprise to the entire country, although we had seen exactly what happened within the 9 minutes and 29 seconds of the brutal, horrible killing of George Floyd. And when I saw this outcome, I was on pins and needles all day. We've waited for almost a year for this trial to cease. And finally, we feel like justice was done. And even to those that are Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, had to even say to themselves, seeing the video of a man who had cried out, "I can't breathe" 27 times, and also calling for his mother when he was subdued and still had a knee upon the neck. So how I felt about this, Aaron, totally yesterday was abdication. I felt justified. There was just a little slither of justice for all of us, and especially as a Black woman in America, where it is traumatizing on a daily basis that we see the brutal murders of Black folks being hunted down like dogs and killed. It presents a certain type of trauma. And I'm sure that this trauma goes to everyone who sees these particular videos and footage time and time again. And now we have to wait in Minneapolis as far as the killing of Mr. Wright by Kimberly Hobbs, former police officer there. And when we look at this situation, we see that, justice denied is justice delayed. And here in Kentucky, we're seeing also that justice is delayed when it comes to the Breonna Taylor case, a very well-known worldwide case that came out of Louisville, Kentucky, of which I live, of a Black woman sleeping in her bed. Actually, she wasn't asleep. She was in the bed looking at TV with her boyfriend. And I'd like to make note of this, that her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was also in Minnesota yesterday for the festivities with Reverend Al Sharpton and the brother of George Floyd. He was included in that. But here in Kentucky, we have a Pinocchio attorney general, which is Daniel Cameron. Wouldn't it be nice if we had Keith Ellison as our state attorney general that believes in justice? So, when it comes to Cameron, he can't tell the truth. He lied about what charges he shared with the grand jury. He faced an impeachment over that, and thanks to the grand jurors who stood up for the truth. But of course, the House Impeachment Committee didn't seem to have any interest in ensuring the chief law enforcement officer of our state was held accountable for lying. And so the new wrinkle to Cameron's legacy of lies is that he has misrepresented his accountability for dark money and the PAC support of Trump's sedition rally. So Trump is no longer the president, as we well know. It would be President Biden at this time, who gave a great and gracious and faith-filled moving forward speech after the verdict, along with his vice president, Kamala Harris, which I may add is my sorority sister of the great, great sorority of AKAs. So we will continue to follow Brett Hankerson. That's the name. Say his name. Remember his name of the crime that he committed and the legacy that he will also have in history. So as we follow Brett Hankerson's trial of 3 court dates of first-degree wanton endangerment that had absolutely nothing to do with the murder of Breonna Taylor, who was shot in excess of 8 times, but it's for actually shooting bullets into someone else's apartment. So, of course, we know that that is not justice. So, as we look at this and we look at the Breonna Taylor murder and we see the George Floyd verdict yesterday, Although, as we looked at the complete trial, it seemed like George Floyd was on the stand because he was consistently victimized and criminalized throughout the entire trial by the defense. So we can have some hope. We can have some justice in our hearts that maybe one day Breonna Taylor will be vindicated as well. But even as the jury read the verdict, another Black young woman was killed, 16 years of age. Her name was Micaiah. She was a foster child in an altercation with someone else, had a knife, and was shot. So what can we say? It has to stop. It truly has to stop. And we do uphold the police officers that went into it to serve and protect and be community minded and love people and do what they do to keep us safe. But the ones that do the wrong and have not received any type of justification or justice or time or anything for the crimes that they have committed is an atrocity to mankind.